But Kevin O'Leary recently said that we should have at least 400% tariffs on China. I haven't seen this. I want to see what he has to say. Let's take a look.
What happens if we go into a full-scale trade war?
Look, it's really ugly. This president won the election based on reducing costs, but he's enacted the largest tax increase we've seen in over 50 years. And you know who's going to pay the price? Americans shopping at Walmart, Americans shopping at Costco. We don't know the purpose of these tariffs. The only thing we do know is he's
I disagree. I believe that. Listen. Why are y'all so addicted to Walmart and Costco? Y'all don't shop local. Y'all don't have stores. Y'all don't know the people that own y'all stores, y'all community members, y'all barbers, y'all hair salons. You don't know the butcher. You don't know the people that own the little store down the street, the bagel shop. You don't know where to get your bread from. You don't know where they make fresh bread at. Honestly, personally, completely unrelated, I think that we need to start having a more community focused and based. Like, I look up the places that actually make the stuff fresh. I look up, who locally owns what. I look up whether or not, like, I'm always going to prefer to go to a local space versus going to the big box. Why are y'all so addicted to Walmart? Why are y'all so addicted to Costco? Why are y'all so addicted to cheap products? Y'all don't know people that do stuff locally. You're not integrated inside of your community. Honestly, I'm trying to understand why y'all so addicted. Y'all said y'all have no local shops. Oh, y'all let them come in and kick y'all butt and kick all of y'all local shops out? Oh, okay. Hey, listen, I feel you. Some places ain't got no local shops.
planning on taking tax revenue from Americans paying more at Walmart and Costco and putting that into tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans. It's totally gross, and it's putting us on the brink of a recession. It could cost us tons of manufacturing jobs as we get into this trade war. It's a really disturbing policy. I hope he backs off.
But Kevin, he said there's a lot of deals that they're literally kissing his ass was the phrase he used, very eloquently. Where are the deals?
104% tariffs on China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. I do business in China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it.
What did I say? What have I been saying for years? What have I been saying for years that China does? I've been saying this. I've been preaching this. I've been talking about it every single day. Every single day, I've been talking about how they cheat, they steal. They've been stealing proprietary technology, the IP. They've forced people to do business with them, and you cannot take them to court in the same way that they can come to our courts. See, we let anybody come to our courts. We let illegal migrants come to our courts. We let people that ain't from here, they can litigate. TikTok, everybody can say, oh, no, we don't like the way America doing business. We're going to sue them inside of America. You don't have the same leverage over in China that you do. Y'all think that they are fair and they do business like us. They don't do business like us. They don't think like us. They don't do business like us. And he's telling you that they are manipulators. They're manipulators of the currency. They're manipulators of the market. They're manipulation of countries. They're a communist country. They censor. You can't say anything about them. If you're there, you can't send an email without it being checked. They are very censored, very restrictive. And if you talk too much, bro, they make some of their biggest business leaders disappear. Do y'all remember when, the Alibaba CEO disappeared for like 2 or 3 years? They gave him the Men in Black treatment where he came back all submissive, came out of the blue after 2 or 3 years, and he came back and he was like, you know what? I support the Chinese regime. Billionaire. He was the Jeff Bezos of China, and he just disappeared, and he just came back with a whole different disposition. They don't play by the same rules that we play by. They are Jonathan Majors in Creed. They hitting you under the arm, he kneeing you, talking junk to you, studying your moves, and then they're going to hit you and break your arm, step on your foot, punch you. It's the same guy. Listen, China is the guy that backing you down and then they hook you. When he cross you over, he step on your foot and he push you at the same time, but he been practicing it, so he did his sleight of hand. You think that he's just making a move. He crossed you, and then he's stepping on your foot, and he pushing you, and so you fall back, and everybody go, oh, dang, he crossed you over. No, he stepped on your foot, and he pushed you down while he was crossing you. You was playing good defense. You was trying to play fair defense. Playing defense with your feet. Crossed you, pushed you down, stepped on your feet, and then shot the three. And everybody said, I stand with China. Jack Ma, that was his name. Jack Ma. China don't play by the same rules as y'all. You can't go to their courts and sue them. Go ahead and do it, and I dare you. See what happened.
Manufacture it, sell it back here. Never has an administration.
Stand 400% tariffs? What would that
I
look
want
like?
Xi on an airplane to Washington to level the playing field. It's just not about tariffs anymore. Nobody has taken on China yet, not the Europeans, no administration for decades. As someone who actually does business
no
there,
rebar.
I've had enough. I speak for millions of Americans who have IP that have been stolen by the Chinese. I have nothing against the Chinese people. They brought great literacy, art, and tech to the world. The government cheats and steals, and finally, an administration, you may not like Trump, you may not like his style or his rhetoric, finally, an administration that puts up and says enough. 400% tariffs tomorrow morning. He'll tell you why. Xi can only stay the supreme leader if people are employed. If we wipe out any business there, because we are still 39% of all consumables on Earth and 25% of the world's GDP, America is the #1 economy on Earth with all the cards. We will not have that forever. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall now.
Well,
I'm
hold
not
on
talking
a
about
second,
tariffs
Kevin.
on
Well,
60.
I hear you, but hold on.
Ain't it crazy?
If we're talking
Listen,
about
ain't it
people-
funny when Kevin O'Leary starts schooling them, they have no comeback. And then immediately, and only way that they can start inserting themselves back into the conversation is by trying to censor. Hold on. We don't want to talk. No, he kicking knowledge. He is kicking knowledge. He said, listen, the only way that he remains in power is if you keep his people employed. And the only way that he can keep his people employed is by exporting to the rest of the world. And they will steal, kill, manipulate. They will go and incentivize different governments to take in their products. They will do whatever it takes to continue to maintain power. And he knows that his time is limited if you continue to keep Trump in office. That's why you have a lot of leaders trying to appeal to the American people. They don't talk to Trump. They say, and Americans, you guys are going to suffer. You guys are going to suffer. You got to keep taking our products or it's going to cost you more. Walmart is going to cost more. Sam's Club is going to cost more. Costco is going to cost more. Target is going to cost more. Temu is going to cost more. You're not going to be able to get your products cheap from Alibaba. Kevin O'Leary is cooking. Because he's the only one on that panel that understands international trade because he's done business in China.
Average consumer, not necessarily the head honchos of businesses all across the globe. Can they withstand the pressure of that sort of tax on the goods?
It's short-lived. There will be
But what's your timeline compared to, you don't know the average American's timeline, what they can actually survive. There's people right now who can't survive
400% tomorrow morning, Xi's on an airplane to Washington to cut a deal.
What do you think?
You know, here's the thing, though. This is the perfect example of, I understand how it would benefit you, but that's not what the American people voted for. They voted because Trump said within 24 hours, costs will come down.
Trump supporters.
That's not why they voted him. That's not why they voted him in.
And there were people in the middle who said, okay, I'm going to vote for that. He also said he'd end the wars. That's not happening. We still have supply chain issues. So I just filled up my tank yesterday. Gas prices are not down. Rent, groceries, prices are not down. And when people are looking what's happening in the markets and they see the uncertainty and they see their 401ks, I had to listen to my mom talk about her investments on Sunday and she's nervous. I get it. On top of that, though, don't forget, tomorrow we're going to have a vote on a budget that is going to be also another series of cuts for the American people and a little bit of gamesmanship, as you were saying, so that we can sort of pay for the tax cuts for folks like Kevin. Then we've also got DOGE, and we've got the impact that the DOGE cuts and the cuts in jobs are actually having on economies around the country. So it's when you layer all that together, And I think what you saw over last weekend is people don't want to wait anymore. People are angry. I mean, we saw incredible turnout.
So wait a minute. Y'all sat there and got finessed and destroyed, and they absolutely wiped you out and kicked your butt and sent you out to the unemployment line and acted like they was loving you and they didn't forgive your student loans. So y'all sat there and got y'all butt kicked for the last 4 years. 4 years. They told you to shut up. They gave you vaccines. They locked you in your house, and they prevented you from talking. Over the last 4 years, you've been getting your butt kicked. Y'all complained about it. Inflation was literally above 10%. That is insane. And y'all have such short memories, which is one of the things that the Trump administration is banking on. Y'all have such short memories that y'all got mopped up, destroyed. They had squatters. They had illegal migrants. People was sitting there protesting. Y'all was angry over the last 4 years. And you're telling me that over the last 2.5 months, you're just now getting fed up. Nothing has happened to you. Your life, no different. No prices has been increased on you. Your life has not changed whatsoever in the last 2.5 months. You haven't lost any civil liberties. If you wanted to go to Planned Parenthood, you can still go to Planned Parenthood. You can do anything you want to do, and nobody is stopping you from doing it. You're going to get mad over the last 2 months, 2.5 months, and that's the thing that you got pissed off. Over the last 4 years, they just absolutely kicked you in your back and stepped on it and used you as a trampoline. And now you want to get mad? I got you.
Turnout over the weekend in rallies all across the country. We're seeing it in the polls. People are frustrated.
I want to bring this into real terms as well. I mean, I'm an everyday person. I'm going to tell you that right now. And so when I think about how much things cost, I want to know things I'm going to afford or not afford. Listen to what somebody who's a furniture store owner in Kansas had to say about, say, the price of a sofa.
With the 54%, if we sell a sofa for $1,000, we will have to sell it for $1,299. And if it's 104%, then that sofa will be over $2,000. I don't think they can afford it.
Guess what? Guess what? Why are you selling Chinese sofas here in the United States of America? You know what I learned about people? People are incredibly resilient. They are incredibly resilient. They'll realize, you know what? I probably never needed a new sofa in the first place that I was going to finance on Klarna. You know what? The one that I got works just fine. Why are you selling Chinese sofas? See, we're not asking the real question, right? We're not asking the right questions. We're only asking, because I will tell you that Chinese sofas absolutely put a lot of furniture stores out of business. I seen Art Van here in Michigan collapse. I seen Art Van in Michigan, right here in Michigan, a furniture retailer. I seen several different furniture retailers. If we just want to talk about furniture, I seen several different furniture retailers collapse inside of this very state. People getting laid off over the last few years. Art Van actually collapsed probably within the last, 2 or 3 years ago? I've seen so many jobs get lost. But you gotta have that Asian China, the feng shui furniture. Gotta get that Timo couch, that Wayfair couch. And the markup on furniture is crazy too. They mark up furniture so high, it's crazy.
Dolan, that's a real figure for a lot of people. A $2,000 couch as opposed to what they thought they were going to spend?
Yeah, that means higher prices for average Americans. And by the way, that's what Republicans in Congress right now are also worried about here. Hearing from their constituents at town halls and as the weeks go by, if consumer prices go up, that economic frustration then turning into political backlash against them and the administration.
But Kevin's point is that it's short-lived. What's your reaction?
Well, I mean, it's up to debate whether it's actually going to be short-lived at this point. Consumer prices going up. Again, economists say U.S. importers do pay the price of tariffs. That then goes down to the consumer. Also,
well, I got a solution for you. Buy American or find an American supplier or find an American furniture maker. Do it yourself. Expand your business to actually create your own. One of the things that I realized is that some furniture makers was doing is that they was moving everything in-house and they were starting to do their own thing. They were starting to put together their own stuff. Some people innovated and they started doing it the IKEA way. And they said, listen, a lot of the stuff that we're going to sell you, you're going to have to put it together, but we can pass the cost and a discount over to the consumer. People will find a way to do the things that they want and get the things that they want. We don't need Chinese furniture. I don't need Chinese furniture. I'm good. I don't need your Chinese furniture. I'm just fine. And if it's that important and if it's that awesome, then I'm going to be willing to pay the extra cost that go on top of it. But I'm good on my Chinese furniture. I don't need it.
One thing that is consistent right now is uncertainty. There's uncertainty right now. And this gamble that the administration is doing that the average American will be able to weather through any type of economic frustration is bet on the idea that you'll then have investment in American manufacturing. Tough to pair investment with uncertainty.
So where does consumer confidence factor into all this? If people are nervous about what they can or cannot afford, how about that short-lived proposition?
I mean, it's plummeting. And I think the only way we're going to restore it is if Congress takes back the car keys from the president and takes away his power to impose the largest tax cut in 50 years with the stroke of a pen. That's the only way that people are going to have confidence. If he announces a series of deals tomorrow,
listen to the analysts. I don't think that's the thing. They don't want us to make our own phones. Chinese phones are made right there in their own country, and they promote it to be sold to their own people. No, we can't make our own phones. We can't do this. We can't do that. I hate negative people. But you know what I also learned is that there's always opportunity where there's pessimism. Where there's pessimism, usually there's an opportunity for you to be able to capitalize off of it. Where there's pessimism, there's usually an opportunity for you to be able to capitalize off of it.